Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CappingTV. Today we're covering the official match in Intermediate between Pugjuice and Garden Warfare. I'm here with Just Jazz on production and a team of ants.
Hello. So it's going to be a great match tonight, isn't it? We've got some really good teams here up at the very top of Inter. This is yeah.
Yeah, both teams look like they're going to be making or trying to make playoffs this season, so it should be a pretty interesting game between the two.
Yeah, it's Inter's looking fairly hotly contested this season. I haven't been super active, so I'm not entirely sure, but right now it looks like teams have been trading maps fairly consistently. So have you seen much from the performance of these teams so far? How have they been going against other teams?
Yep, I've seen a little bit of both teams. Pugjuice is actually coming second, and Garden Warfare is coming third, with only like 2 points between them, so only one map. So they're both playing pretty consistently and playing pretty well this season.
Oh yeah, okay.
On the side of Pogjuice, we have TG on Combo Scout and Montgomery Wigglesworth on Flank Scout. For soldiers, we have Cake on Pocket, and then Lizard Wizard on Roma, Frydog on Demo, and Rabu on Medic.
I'm pretty familiar with the players on Pogjuice. I played with TG for a season. I played with Frydog for the good part of season 26, I want to say. Yeah, I'm pretty like, I've merked a lot of these guys before, and yeah, they're really solid players. I know that Ravu, I think, yeah, in season 26 he had a really promising season on Medic, performed very well. So I think he's gonna be a really consistent player this game. What about anyone else?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Rabu's game sense and experience can really help them out in some of these kind of more difficult situations they might find themselves in.
Yeah, experience always helps to keep a cool head in these kind of chaotic situations. It's important when trying to stop a game from kind of devolving into a bit of a scrappy kind of team fight sometimes. So I think those more experienced players will be really putting in some work to keep their team coordinated with good focus fire and everything.
Yeah, precisely. And Frydog is a very vocal demo. I've played with him before, and he knows what he wants, and he'll tell his players what he wants to do. So focus calls, and that experience just within the combo can really help knit a team together.
Yeah, very strong DM player as well. And actually, on the team Garden Warfare, Cobra is the demo for that team, and he's also a very strong DM demo. He's been playing at a similar level for quite a while now. Like, he's no longer a new player, and he's really starting to show his experience from what I've seen in games.
Yeah, he seems to be coming into his stride in this division. Really taking big steps and consistently putting up decent logs. So I think the Frydog versus Cobra will be very interesting to watch to see how they both perform on each map against each other.
Yeah. And an interesting clash in every game, I think, is between the scouts, especially on a map so scout heavy as product. It's always about how coordinated can your scouts be, how good is their focus fire. It's so important to have good scout communication on this map. So I'd be really interested in seeing which teams scouts seem to be putting in more work. Because honestly, looking at it, I can't I couldn't tell you which team I think has the strongest scouts right now. Both of them have got very promising players. We've got TG and Monty. TG's I think most experienced as a soldier player actually, but he's now put a couple of seasons of scout under his belt and he's improved so quickly. Montgomery Wigglesworth, I think he's actually a medic main who's also transitioned to scout, but he's also proven to be proven himself in game. Mort is a player who I have seen some great performances out of him on Saharan Spies last season, I think, and Smazza, I've been told, is got very strong DM as well.
Just going through the Garden Warfare roster, real quick, just to make it a little bit clearer. We've got Smazza, and Ano, I think that is, on scouts. Smazza's very good. I personally do not know Ano though. Moving over to soldiers, we have Insight on Pocket, I think, and then Undrex on Rover. Other way around, Undrex on Pocket and Insight on Roma. And then Cobra Demo and Ghost on Medic, who I think is a merc for this game.
Yeah, Ghost actually is on their roster. He's just subbing in. But speaking of, I'd be interested to see how Ghost performs this game because he's got a huge amount of experience in the game, playing at loads of different levels. So I think that'll probably come to his advantage. I'm not sure how what I've seen of his performance recently. I don't see him pugging very much, but I know he's got a lot of seasons under his belt at this point.
Yeah, I think that'll be a little bit like Ravu, and the experience just might help put the team together in some of those scrappy fights. I personally don't know too much of Ghost though, so I can't say that in all confidence.
Yeah, fair enough. So what do you think of the maps that are being played tonight? We've got Gullywash and Product tonight.
So by the looks of it, they're playing Product first, and Product is an extremely scout-heavy map. I think the teams are pretty even, but from what I hear, Smazza absolutely loves to get the beam and walk forward. So if Pogjuice can't kind of coordinate themselves to counter that, that could turn into a very a dangerous thing with Smazza just eating the beam and walking into fights.
Yeah, really commanding heel heavy scout is exactly what you want on a map like Product. You know, there's so much geometry and so many props for them to dance around on, and it's such an open control point that can really deny any attempts of the soldiers to create space. So having a scout who knows how to take charge, knows how to take the beam, and really put pressure on the other team is something that you definitely want in this game. So that's that'll be good for them.
Yeah, precisely. And on the flip side, we have TG. And from the little bit I've played with TG, he's a very team-based player. Like he'll do things for the team. He'll die for the team. He'll bait for the team. So you know, maybe not as heel heavy as Smazza, but I still think TG can have a lot of impact if he just works with Frydog and with Ravu to try and take positions, clear out places. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams kind of adapt to play against each other's play styles, with one heel heavy and one more team based scout.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which scout TG played last season, but I know when he was playing with me, he was actually a flank scout. And I really loved playing with TG. He's a very strong player. He's got really good DM and a very commanding voice. He's great at kind of not getting too tunneled into what he's looking at right now and keeping them other players in mind and the calls of his teammates in mind. He's really good. Like you said before, he's a very team-oriented player.
Yeah, and because of the way Product is played, you effectively have two combo scouts. So just going over the combo scouts, I don't think is quite enough. I think we should also give a little bit of spotlight towards Montgomery Wigglesworth. and Aino. I'm probably getting that wrong and butchering it pretty hard, so I apologize for that.
I think it's pronounced Ino, but I think he also goes by Maud, so that's a little bit easier to pronounce if you want to call him that as well.
Maud. All right, we'll go with Maud for now. I don't know too much or anything rather about Maud.
It's like Mort with a T, by the way.
Oh, Mort.
Yeah.
I do know Monty's a very communication-based player. Like he's a lot about hyping his players up and calming them down when they get tilted. So I think that can really have an impact if Pog gets a bit angry.
Yeah. I've marked Monty quite a few times now, and he's kind of one of those players. He can kind of play any class. I've seen him play. Actually, I haven't seen him play demo, but I've seen his soldier, his medic, and his scout are all like very promising, which I think gives you an advantage just in general when you play. You know, knowing your enemy is a very important part of learning to fight them. So. I think he's going to be have a really good eye, as well as TG, for looking out for those when the soldiers are going to be bombing, when they're going to be looking to make plays, so that he can be right there in front of them, ready to deny and ready to protect his medic.
Yeah, that's right. Especially in this level, it's always really, really important to understand, you know, what other classes are wanting to do in certain situations. So
Yeah. And speaking of more earlier, from my experience, like pugging with him and playing with him, I've played a few games with him. He's not so much a talkative player, but he's a very cerebral player. I think he thinks a lot about each of his plays, even though he's not as talkative as like the other scouts in this game. He definitely, I think, is very considered before he makes. You know, he considers his plays a lot before he makes them, which is very important, obviously.
yeah, precisely right. I'd really like to see what Mort is capable of doing. I haven't seen them play before, so it'll be interesting to see how they go in the first map.
Yeah. And for anyone who's not familiar with product, do we want to go over some of the basics of the map, just because it's such an unconventional style of the game? You know, it's very different to 5CP with the forward hold and all the sack waves and everything.
Yeah, precisely right. Because it's Koth, it's effectively just one really, really big mid fight. So
Yeah.
DM is super, super important on this map, and holding the point actually gives you delayed spawn. So defending teams losing players can be punished very, very hardly by
Yeah.
opposing teams.
And that's actually such an influential factor, to the point where teams will actually delay capping the point for a moment to allow like an important player on their team to spawn before they capture it. Because if you capture the point while players are respawning, it'll increase their spawn timer. But yeah, I think the map is kind of a kind of a flow between holding the point in a more passive hold, where you're trying to like bait the team into a kind of kill box that you've made, and a more aggressive forward hold, where you stop them from even walking into the kind of yard area outside of their spawn, which can be pretty brutal if executed properly. It can just grind time off the clock, which is really what the essence of Koth is just playing that clock, and not necessarily trying to you don't need to be hyper aggressive and get a wipe. You know, if you're delaying their time, that's all you need to do. Anyway, it looks like we're getting already up here.
Yeah, it looks like we're live. I'm going to be specking Cobra for this first bit to see what he can do.
Same.
Looks like a little bit of early damage from Cobra, but actually a lot of early damage from Cobra. Bombs coming in, Frydog going down. It's turning into a bit of a scrappy fight with Pogjuice losing quite a few players. Meds is still alive.
Yeah, the Pogjuice soldiers. I liked their coordinated bomb there forward to just draw the eyes of over Garden Warfare, because there was the soldier bombing onto China as well, holding a position which is not putting himself necessarily at risk, but still draws a lot of eyes. Means that the rest of his team can come forward and really start to go to work. But it looks like Garden Warfare is now trying to contest the point as quickly as possible, not wasting any time. Their scouts moving in from the left-hand side here, dueling it out with TG, I think that is. The Garden Warfare soldiers playing defensively, and we've got an Uber coming out. Yeah, from Garden Warfare, getting the trade. Looks like this Uber is a little bit better for Garden Warfare as Pogjuice had to flash a bit. So yeah, they're going to get collapsed upon, and the scouts getting picked off, and yeah, Pogjuice Aficionados just ended up having to scramble and just got cleaned up.
Ghost actually surviving there, or getting the
Oh,
fastest spawn, I think. I'm not too sure, but there's a bit of an advantage for
sorry.
Ghost now.
Pardon me, I meant Garden Warfare getting cleaned up there earlier, but yeah, we saw that delaying the cap there just for a sec there from Frydog as well that I was talking about earlier. So it's even Ubers now, and Garden Warfare is going to be wanting to take a fight. Oh, and Ghost actually just got picked off by Cake, which is disastrous for Garden Warfare. Now this fight is going to end up having to turn into essentially just a sack for the medic, so that they can get Uber advantage back and get a push back. And actually, they do end up getting the medic.
Yeah, collapsed on. Lizard got caught off in flank, and they just rushed through flank and put players behind so they could basically just surround and collapse on Pogjuice there.
And they won the point as well, so this is looking really good. Really good opportunity to make back some time for Garden Warfare. Now they've got Uber advantage and they have the point, so they can set up for a bit of a passive hold here. There's not really any reason to be super far forward. So you can see they're just sitting behind the point, not getting too aggressive. They know they have Uber advantage, so there's no reason to make any mistakes right now.
Cobra's actually going down really, really low, not getting the beam from Ghost.
Oh, there's the double
Bombs
bomb.
coming in.
Well coordinated.
Yeah, lots and lots of damage, and just followed up by soldier bombs there. Ghost was weak and backed off, and Cobra was just yelling for an arrow there, standing next to point, just so weak.
Yeah, I think I liked that how Garden Warfare was sitting back and not taking it too aggressively, but I think they ended up playing it too passively. They ended up just kind of holding S and giving up the point to Pogjuice. Now they still have Uber advantage, so it looks like they're going to be wanting to take a trade in to retake the point, but that's a lot of lost time now. They're a full minute down.
Oh,
and they get
dropping or not having there. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a drop actually, But so you're gonna see
actually collapsing. Ghost really weak.
Can they call for the medic? And yeah, and they end up getting the medic kill. So
oh, this is not good.
Yeah, this is looking pretty dire for Garden Warfare. Even though they end up killing the demo quite late there, delaying the push. They're now over a full minute down on the clock, and actually Ubers have actually evened out now. But this is still, even though they have the point, this is all Pogjuice really need to do is take it and get one good hold off, and the game will be over. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, slight ad on the side of Ghost, but it looks like Pogjuice are just going to dry fight this and try and edge the point here.
Yeah, they seem to be doing really well with just pushing the aggression and not necessarily over committing to a fight, because they seem to. Yeah, they're just doing a great job at bullying Garden Warfare back with their scout aggression. But this is some insane aggression coming out from Frydog. I guess he just wanted to get the med frag, and they don't end up getting it. That's unlucky.
Yeah.
Now the clock is
just losing some players there, and then just turning it into a sack wave with Ravu running out alone back to spawn.
Yeah, things they were. I commend them for trying to take such a tricky fight there and almost making it work with their scouts really punishing the lack of position on Garden Warfare, but they ended up just crumbling, losing too much health, and got cleaned up. But now it's an even Uber fight, so it looks like Pogjuice is going to be wanting to take a trade, get that early force, and flash as few players as possible. But this getting bullied off the point is
forcing.
Yeah, getting the force, that's great. So this is going to be such a good Uber out from Ravu 4. Unfortunately dropping Frydog, which isn't what you want to be doing now, but they should be able to clean up, considering how late they used. The Uber lasted so much longer. Now they get the cap again, getting more
Delaying
time
their
ticking
own
down.
spawns there, that's a little bit dangerous from them. Bombs
Yeah.
coming in as well.
Now we've got a 3v or 4v2, so 4v3 now. I'm not sure what I think of Garden Warfare staying in here. Ghost should be able to sneak away. Yeah, he manages to get out, but that was quite risky taking that fight there. I would have just backed off and built Uber. You still have some time on the clock, so you don't need to die for the point.
10 seconds left on the clock now. I don't think Ubers will come into play during this push unless Garden Warfare are able to get control of that point.
A big bomb from Lizard Wizard, dealing loads of damage to that scout and picking off the blue demo and the other blue scout. Lizard Wizard is actually farming right now, and he gets the medic, so this looks like this might be a GG, yeah.
Oh, yep, first round going Pogjuice's way.
Yeah, that was a bit of a nail biter, actually.
Yeah, that was a very close first round there. Both teams holding the point very effectively.
We see Cobra getting to the point a little bit quicker, and the Red Soldier Cake, I think, going instantly behind, drawing eyes back, and his team is now aggressing off of that. Great communication there, you can tell. The soldiers are really putting in a lot of work, just completely scattering the blue team, but both medics end up going down off of some good soldier bombs in the chaos, so this is now an interesting situation that both teams find themselves in.
Yeah, health not looking especially good on either side, just forcing both teams to kind of back up a little bit, but Pogjuice getting the capture in the end.
Yeah, I think this might this is really I think coming down to there's some really great chemistry between the soldiers and the scouts of Pogjuice, I think, which is helping them like muscle out some of these fights that are not necessarily like advantages that they're working off of right now. Their communication is really coming out. So there's some aggression from Garden Warfare here, trying to edge the point, just like was being done to them earlier, but
cleaning
actually
up both scouts.
Yeah, baiting the scouts into to fight, end up getting picked off. So now this should be a safe cap for Garden Warfare.
Slight ad on the side of Pogjuice. It'd be interesting to see if they wanted to use this with their like slower scout spawns.
Yeah, that would be a tricky plan to make work, just considering how they were already waiting for spawns. But Fradog is actually doing some decent damage with these long-range stickies. Getting that Badlands middle practice is coming in handy right now. Looks like Cake wants to go for a bomb now. Here it comes. There it is. Onto the blue medic, trying to get that force, but he actually doesn't get it. Ghost is quite low now, and he drops.
Lizard
oh my
Wizard
gosh.
dropping him.
Excellent bomb from Lizard Wizard. So this fight it's actually not going as well as I think Pogjuice might have wanted, but dropping Fradog there wasn't ideal. But yeah, Lizard Wizard's bomb onto Ghost was definitely outstanding.
Ravu actually surviving there with the Undrux or Instinct trying to hide behind and clean them up. Unfortunately, not getting that kill.
Yeah, that was I think that's a point where we do see Ravu's experience come into play when he knows when to leave. Even though he's got the Uber, you can't take on 6 players or 4 players even if you do have Uber, and he knows to back up. And now his team's in a great position. Even though they're 2 players down, they've got this large Uber advantage, and they still have the point. So
yeah, even being 2 players down there, just the fact that Ghost was dead meant that they could back up, get a little bit of heals, and just hold on to this point.
Ravu4 actually not popping there, even after taking a sticky and a bomb by the soldier. He knows not to use. Oh, he actually didn't quite have, but still keeping his cool and surfing away.
Massive ad on the side of Pogjuice here, so it'd be interesting to see if they want to try and take this Uber, if Cobra's team tries to aggress and edge the point a little bit too aggressively.
I'd actually like to see a sack wave come out of Garden Warfare. I think they've got if it ends up pulling off, they'd have a nice advantage. And here we actually have a soldier sack coming out, but they've actually done this interesting sack transition into a full push Uber like force here, which I'm not sure what to even call, but I guess they got some good cap time, but losing Ghost there has.
Ooh, is this a pause?
Yeah, this is a.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, Lizard going behind and picking up Ghost as he was coming close to 90%. And as he's died, we've had a pause. I think pauses are 90 seconds into the future, so I'm guessing the pause came through as the round ended. So it'd be interesting to see what the pause was called for.
Yeah, we'll probably that might become evident. Normally, a pause is characterized by a player losing connection to the server or something like that. But yeah, I really liked Lizard Wizard's play of going behind there and managing to pick up Ghost. That kind of that game sense when you kind of have that feeling, you know, your team is starting to really like chase the other team out. You know, if you can go for the flank and catch out the medic, it's put his team into an excellent position here where they've got a large time advantage on the clock. Their medic is now still alive, so they'll have uber advantage to hold it. It puts Garden Warfare into an almost unwinnable position. I don't wanna say they can't pull it back, but they'll really have to pull the cat out of the hat for
Yeah,
this one.
I think there were the 30 seconds left in this round. Smaz is just pincered between TG and Lizard, and Cobra's just in house. So yeah, this could be very interesting. Oh, we've got an unpause coming here. Smazza going down along with Lizard Wizard, and
Yeah.
just backing up and retaking this point, getting heals up. My HUD is a little bit broken because of that pause, so I won't be able to
Yeah, I'm not
confidently say Ubers.
also I'm not sure yeah, what the Ubers are or what the time on the clock is. Okay, so
30% ad from Ravu so far.
yeah, so we've got Smazza here trying to edge the point, playing quite aggressively here. If his team can come forward to support him, this will be a really good play by them. They've got a lot of cap time down.
Lots of damage on Cobra.
Yeah, some big jumps here. They're really actually making this push work, and they've managed to get the cap going, which is great. Pogjuice unfortunately not able to get their focus fire back on point like it was earlier, not able to punish those aggressive players. But the Uber comes out, and this is looking like absolute
Ghost
destruction.
still does not have an Uber here. This could be very dangerous if he's caught out. Nah, it looks like Pogjuice just back up there. Ghost coming
Players
up to
going
90%
down.
now.
Oh, actually, the double soldier bomb picking up Frydog, and the Uber coming out now. This is yeah, they end up
Ubered on point. You can't capture the point while Ubered. That's a little bit awkward.
unfortunate. But another round going to Pogjuice. So
Cake dropping Ubered on point XD in chat. The pause looked like it was just as the round started there.
Oh, that might have been a tactical pause actually. Trying to get their head back in the game. It's I know that our product is a fairly tilt-prone map, as the holds can be brutal to break. But Garden Warfare losing a lot of players here. This coordinated aggression coming out of Pogjuice has really been helping them make these fights work. And I wonder if they'd try and go for a forward hold. Maybe not actually. They're down a soldier. It's something that's tricky to pull off while down a player. But yeah, the coordinated aggression has really helped in these fights.
Their soldier bombs on the side of Pogjuice have just been absolutely dangerous, just allowing the combo to walk over point uncontested. Uber coming out from Ravu here, forcing off Ghost.
Yeah,
slightly worse Uber, and Ravu's caught out here. Ravu's
Oh, he gets caught by the Uber, so now Pogjuice has been put in a bit of a tricky position. Yeah, the soldier bomb coming out, doing a fair amount of damage. The follow-up not quite managing to get many kills, and almost everyone on Garden Warfare is come out alive. And actually, Garden Warfare, yeah, this is the product forward hold here with both soldiers with the medic holding on grass, and Pogjuice trying to not let themselves get boxed in. Have tried to quickly push out through main, and looks like they've managed to break it. Monty going down, trading with actually the demo. That's a very good trade. And managing to just retake this point, even though they're at uber disadvantage. It's unfortunate.
Undrex went down as they were trying to do the forward hold, so it looked like Pogjuice was aware that they were a soldier down and just decided that the forward hold wasn't solid enough, and they were going to walk through it.
Yeah, fair enough. Uber coming out. Actually, some good counting actually from Ghost, knowing that they've got that Uber advantage, Ubering out, picking off the medic so they maintain that Uber advantage in the post fight. Now they just need to keep their players alive, but it looks like this coordinated aggression and DM from Pogjuice has managed to scrape back this fight into a winning position, picking up the medic and every living player on the point. So managing to constantly pull these fights into a winning position despite all of Garden Warfare's efforts.
Yeah, Pogjuice's ability to just collapse onto the other team when needed is just really, really winning them this match here.
Yeah. Here we're going to try and look for another contest by Garden Warfare, looking to shut down these soldiers, which I think might be the key to winning this point. That Smazza, or actually I think that might be, oh no, that was Smazza edging the point. Ends up getting picked off with this team playing a little bit behind him actually, but yeah, they and
both scouts down now.
Yeah, this is starting to tip in favor of Pogjuice once again, but the soldier bomb onto Ravu, does he get the medic? Not quite. I think right now I'm seeing a consistent play where Smazza tries to oh, actually we've got another fight. I'll save that for later, but here it's Uber advantage for Garden Warfare, so they're going to be looking to focus down the medic here so that they can maintain Uber advantage afterwards, and an excellent bomb by Cobra manages to achieve that goal. Now they've got the point, and they're actually playing extremely far back right now. I think they might be fearing the soldier bombs, if I'm honest.
Cobra's still down here, so it'd be interesting to know whether they just wanted to, collapse just like they're doing now. Smazza dying.
The combo is not safe. My goodness. The huge soldier bombs, the scouts knowing when to run forward at the same time, the perfect focus fire. This is really a show of how Pogjuice knows how to take a fight.
Yeah, a team that's been together for this long just has so much team cohesion when they're wanting to collapse. It is really being emphasized here.
Cake bombing forward, I think maybe a touch too aggressively, trying to get some damage out before the fight. Now, Pogjuice doesn't have, can't really make as much space as earlier, but the huge the huge bomb out from Lizard Wizard, drawing a lot of eyes, but it wasn't enough. They didn't have their players to focus it down, and they end up getting wiped.
Yeah, Cobra just throwing stickies over the point and hitting everything, getting 2 kills and doing upwards of 300 damage just to weaken all of those players for his team.
Yeah, and here comes the forward hold from Garden Warfare. Actually, just as I say that, Pogjuice manages to break it again quite quickly. The bomb from Cake, baiting out another soldier jump from I think Undrex.
Ghost forcing there to Frydog's bomb that was just uncontested.
My goodness. So
60
it looks
out
like
on the side of Pogjuice now.
Yeah, this is looking good. So it's even though the clock is starting to even up, the Uber advantage here will really make this fight advantageous for Pogjuice. They should be able to just Uber on, take the point, and then they just need to take an advantageous hold in the final fight. So I think they'll be looking to kill Ghost here with this trade, so they don't end up getting Ubered on later. But a drop from Ravu turns this whole thing on its head. A huge bomb coming out from I think Instinct now puts this fight maybe an advantage of Garden Warfare. Frydog going down, Undrex going down, trades going left and right. This is definitely a DM fest right now.
Cake accidentally shooting himself there on point, killing himself.
Unfortunate.
This is really, really dangerous. 22 seconds left and Ghost on 75%. This is a round for Garden Warfare if they can play this right.
Yeah, Ghost should be able to get full Uber before this fight comes out. Actually, Pogjuice with the high aggression manages to stop that from happening. You can see the patented double bomb coming out, double scout aggression here, forces the Uber, but now they've got these Ubered players right in their face. I don't know what I would do if I was in their position. They don't have the players right now, or the health, or positioning really to take this fight, but they seem to be doing a lot of damage. Can Cake hit the rockets? Can Monty hit the meat shots? Oh my gosh, this is turning around.
Oh, that was a very nice collapse from Cake and Monty there. It's put into overtime now, forcing...
Frydog hits the sticky on Mort there, locking down the point. Oh my goodness, that was such a clutch fight there, really coming down to the wire.
this could be very dangerous. Only 8 seconds left. Garden Warfare need to get out now and need to get on point.
Here comes the bomb from Underx. He actually gets double denied by the scouts, so he goes down early. Both scout soldiers actually going down for Garden Warfare. Players dropping left and right. It's a 3v2, 3v0 now, and Pogjuice take the round.
Just playing that perfectly, just sitting back, baiting them on point, and having 8 stickies ready for them. That was just beautiful from him.
Wow, yeah, a simply dominant performance by Pogjuice. The coordination in those fights was impeccable, I would have to say. Even though sometimes, like in moments where, like just near the end there, Instinct picking up Ravu and managing to drop his Uber, creating a really advantageous position for his team. But the aggression coming out from Pogjuice managed to pull it back. But I think we've got logs now, so we can take a look at that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised about how convincing that was with Smazza being a little bit more of a beam scout. I expected that not to turn out 3-0. It was a very close game. Garden Warfare were playing really well, especially pushing that last game into overtime. But yeah, just Pogjuice winning it out with a 3-0 that first game.
Yeah. And I think so we're seeing huge damage from Cobra, 425 damage per minute, which is outstanding. Product is a fairly demo man heavy map, so you'll expect high damage, but that's even for Product, that is a very, very high damage. Then next on damage, we've got Lizard Wizard, Monty, and Frydog all on the side of Pogjuice. And I think that just is a sign of the 3 players who I think were some of the most aggressive on their team, knowing when to walk forwards and collapse, getting those frags for their team.
Yeah, we can see TG is not getting a lot of damage here, but he's top fragged, so he's definitely done his job as combo scout, whilst it may not be turning up in the damage on the logs.
Yeah, he knows. I think he's doing a very good. That just shows that he's doing a very good job at picking his fights and attacking those low health players.
Yeah. Despite the coordinated aggression, I just want to point out that Ghost had 10 deaths and Ravu had 11. So even though Pogjuice was getting those really, really aggressive soldier bombs and walking across the point, it looked like Ghost was playing that really, really well and just staying alive for his team.
Yeah, and actually, Garden Warfare actually had 9 Ubers to Pogjuice's 6, which is a considerable amount more, which I think just goes to show that how practiced Pogjuice is at kiting those Ubers out and making the most of a situation that might not be ideal. But now we're moving on into Gullywash, which is a completely different ball game. Very tight, choky, stalemate gameplay. But at the same time, it can also be a map where you have very short 1-minute rounds where one team just rolls on mid and then rolls to last and wins the Uber fight. So I'd be interested to see how Pogjuice's gameplay adapts from their hyper-aggressive team fight-based play on Product to a more maybe slow and methodical approach on Gullywash.
Yeah, I think Pogjuice aren't gonna change it up too much. I think their soldier bombs were just on point that entire game. And moving from a very scout-based map to a very soldier-based map, we've got Cake and Lizard Wizard versus Instinct and Underx. So that's going to be a very interesting thing to watch on the mids to see which team soldiers can really pull out the damage, pull out the distractions, and help their team win that mid.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point that you bring up with the coordinated bombs, because Gullywash is a map where you never want to be caught in the kind of back area of the mid, in that little box when soldiers are double bombing you. That's kind of a recipe for getting wiped. You end up getting trapped with rockets in your face and nowhere to go. So I think if if Pogjuice's aggression manages to kind of catch Garden Warfare's players off guard, they could manage to just win the mid fights on pure aggression, coordinated double bombs, and just walking forward off of damage.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how Pogjuice wants to approach this with their soldier bombs, and how Garden Warfare want to look to counter that really refined looking soldier bombs coming out from Pogjuice. So
Yeah, I think also there are a couple of sneaky plays under point. As a roamer myself, I've got a lot of experience making perhaps frustrating plays onto the demo man on these mids. So I'd be interested in seeing Lizard Wizard, who's a player perhaps known for that kind of playstyle as well. See if he can pull anything out of the bag.
both teams readying up here.
Yeah, so they're ready up now. Pulling into the first mid of Gully Wash. Just as I suspected, Lizard Wizard aggressing underwards, drawing some attention. A bomb from Instinct draws a couple of eyes, but now that he's hurt, he's backing up. We're not seeing too much aggression
Lizard
from
Wizard
either team.
coming in from behind here.
Yeah,
just
causing a lot of
picking up
chaos.
Ghost there and Cobra.
Now it looks like Undrex drops down, goes for a jump to try and salvage it, but ends up getting picked up, and this is a convincing first mid for Pogjuice.
Yeah, that was very convincing that Lizard Wizard just got in uncontested, picking up a med and a demo, and just letting his team clean up all the weak players.
Yeah, Gully Wash is a map when if you wipe on mid and you've got full advantage, there's really no point in even trying to contest second. It takes too long to fight it, and as you can see, red team doesn't even really clear it. They just run straight into battlements, getting ready for this last push now. So this is going to be a very tricky hold for Garden Warfare. Full Uber disadvantage on last. As you can see, they're getting their off classes, the heavy and the the pyro and the NG, and the Uber comes out from Pogjuice now. Pyro trying to reflect, try and deny this Uber, but he ends up getting picked off quite early. Soldier bomb, lots of cap time by Montgomery Wigglesworth, and they managed to just grab the cap before Garden Warfare is even all dead.
Yeah, it looked like Garden Warfare kind of retreated into spawn, assuming their sentry would do something, and it just didn't.
Yeah, they had some players coming through unders, bait the point, staying out of the sightline of that sentry, but it looks like there's actually a pause here after that round.
This is 90 seconds into the future. With how fast that first round is, I'd be interested to know whether it was just another very convincing round from Pogjuice, and then Garden Warfare just going like, call a pause, slow this down. What's going wrong? Let's talk about it.
Sort it out. A tactical pause. I would definitely agree with you that that's possibly what's happening here. I think if I was in Garden Warfare's position, I'd be needing a break as well. Product can be a very tilting map to lose on, considering how constricting it is. So they might be just trying to get their mindset right and clearing up for this next the next fights. But here's the next mid coming in. Some hyper aggression from the Garden Warfare players, not quite resolving into kills. Yeah, and end up getting cleaned up. My HUD is actually broken as well, so I can't see who's alive. Just one moment.
Sorry for going a bit quiet there. I had to try and reload my HUD to see what the Ubers were like and what was going on. It looks like Ravu has a fairly big ad, just going straight to last again.
Yeah, this is I think exactly what you predicted. A very convincing mid turning into a full advantage push into last now. Almost exactly what we saw from the first round. So if this push comes through, which I think is very likely, this could possibly be the cause for that pause earlier.
The same off classes as before, an NG and a Pyro, with the Uber coming in through River now. Sentry going down pretty early, and players just kind of being locked into spawn.
Awesome.
And another point play and just picking up the players as they're trying to drop down to the low ground to fight point.
I like the alliteration there. Some really strong pipes coming out from Frydog there at the end. It looked like it might have been flowing more in the favor of Garden Warfare right near the end, but Frydog hitting like 4 pipes in a row and just killing everything in front of him really turned it around. Got some extreme aggression now from Cake, drawing some eyes. A nice rocket from Undrex killing TG. There's not really either team making much of a play right now, but it looks like Pogjuice are trying to edge the point, and the blue demo going down is really going to allow them to start taking space. There's no stickies pressuring them out. It looks like I think Garden Warfare should just... Oh, I mean, it's even players actually. They look confident to take this fight.
2 scouts on the side of Garden Warfare. They really don't want to do it. With Smazza walking in and hitting himself with the Boston Basher.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
View models off.
Yeah, view models turned off. Doesn't know what weapon he's got out. And actually, that might have been disastrous for their team. This fight seems to be turning a little bit sour.
Yeah, Ravu going down and Ghost just walking all the way out choke and forcing there.
Wow, this is a strange fight, I'll have to say.
I'm not quite sure why he forced there. I wasn't really watching his cam, unfortunately. Still slight disad for Ravu's team, Pogjuice, but still the ability to hold second here with just 20-30 disadvantage. So definitely buildable, and a last hold is definitely possible for them.
Lizard Wizard taking position above choke, trying to go for the force, but he ends up getting spotted and killed. But Cake managing to go for the follow-up bomb and getting left alone with Ghosts, managing to secure that frag. Now, even though Pogjuice is nearly wiped, they're able to stay at last with Uber advantage. They just need to make sure that Ravu 4 stays alive.
Oh, Frydog absolutely beasting there, taking down the scout, air-shotting a soldier, and then cleaning up the last soldier there. That was very, very well played from him. Not backing into spawn so they can just cap the last point, but staying with his med, making sure he's protected and protecting point as well.
And actually we see a sniper coming out from Garden Warfare on Smazza. Perhaps, actually I think he might just be staying in spawn so he can swap off if needed. Oh, yeah.
Pretty large advantage on Pogjuice right now. The sniper being caught in forward, so it looks like they just want to try and run this forward here, or going big door to try and run this forward here with the little advantage they have left.
Yeah, the play here is that they're trying to get behind Garden Warfare so that they don't have any options to leave. This is a very aggressive and confident way to take this push, but actually it seems like might have gone a bit sour there. Garden Warfare managing to get Uber at the last moment and push back onto Pogjuice and just pretty much wipe their whole combo. We've got just Lizard Wizard here trying to make a desperation play and managed to get Ghost. Letting the cat out of the bag again, Lizard Wizard with these excellent bombs. So now we've got slight Uber advantage for Pogjuice, trying to contest mid but gets fended off by 2 scouts. So I suspect they'll just want to be building Uber, sitting 1 second and ready to push in.
No heals up just yet, so they may still want to try and fight this mid, take it back, just off of heal advantage. Yeah, and it looks like they do that.
Yeah.
Another not big but fair advantage on the side of Pogjuice. Hopefully they're fast enough to use this advantage, where they were a little bit slow last time and just got caught out for that.
Yes, that was a good call. I think their aggression off of the heal advantage is showing their coordination off to the stream, I think, and the Uber there onto the caught out players in lobby. This is an interesting push. Now they'll be trying to take River so that Garden Warfare doesnes have any way to escape, and they managed to catch out the demo now. 2 players down. I think they'll just want to be rushing into last here and play off of this 2-player advantage, which does seem to be what they're doing.
Yeah,
Uber
lots
coming
of
out
cap
from
time
Garden
coming
Warfare.
in here. The Uber stopping the point. Lots of cap time. This is definitely still a winnable fight for Pogjuice here.
Yeah, all you need is just 1 scout or soldier to jump onto that point for just a moment and get the cap time. But it looks like this that Pogjuice will have to retreat. I think I'd like to see actually a spy coming out from Pogjuice to try and just make a play and actually just decloak on the point and finish the cap. I think that would be an interesting play. And of course, if that doesn't fall through, you can try and convert it into a play on a medic or something.
Yeah, precisely right. It doesn't look like they do that, unfortunately, but it does look like Ravu got out and has a little bit of advantage. Um, so maybe they just wanted to slow it down and take it a little bit more safer. I would have really enjoyed watching the spy cap though. That would have been very funny.
Yeah, from when I was playing with TG, his spy plays were infamous. But actually, we just see a straight up trade. Actually, this is an uber advantage that Pogjuice has managed to create here, turning into a bit of a trade. The Uber goes a little bit sour, plays dropping, and I think this might be a hold again for the Garden Warfare.
Yeah, actually very convincing holds by Garden Warfare here. It seems like they're not all backing into spawn, but they're making sure their med can rotate spawns and come out with a second Uber there.
Yeah, we see Cobra in chat complaining about how effective the focus fire and comms of Pogjuice are. Which really just goes to show how evident it is that their focus fire learning to take out valuable picks on any team that they verse is really helping them out right now. But it looks like it's a uber advantage for Garden Warfare. They might be trying to convert this, I would say, into a push onto mid right now. So I'll be keeping an eye on the red soldiers to see if they can try and get a force out from Ghost as they come in. See, Lizard Wizard gets spotted above Big Door, tries to turn it into a trade with Instinct, manages to get the frag actually. He does end up getting picked off, but still no force out of Ghost, and it looks like they're actually going to be wanting to just take an aggressive trade on TG. This is something that I know he likes to do, is just take the Uber, take charge, and run forwards. He manages to they actually managed to turn this into a hold, and now they've got players up. Their coordination managing to convert into frags right now, and they end up getting the point. This will probably just end up being a stalemate, as both teams have similar Uber, and the players on Garden Warfare are now up as well.
Yeah, Cobra just got caught completely out of position there on the low ground during the Uber exchange and just got cleaned up, which was a bit unfortunate. That could have been a hold if positions were a little bit better from the side of Garden Warfare.
Yeah, so I expect we'll be seeing a sack come out of Lizard Wizard right now. I'm sitting on his cam. He's getting a bit of a buff, getting ready to sack. Traditionally you wait to have Uber, but it looks like Lizard Wizard's trying to go for a play in water maybe? No, he actually jumps out with an excellent bomb. Not quite managing to get the medic there. Actually, Smazza eating the rocket, but yeah, that was an impressive jump actually out of from water off of the wall into last. But yeah, we're seeing a Smazza spy play. My dreams have come true. Hopefully trying to get the pick on Ravu, but Ravu actually looks quite paranoid right now, looking around constantly. But does Ravu come down into lobby? Reveal his back. Smaz is keeping his cool, having that trigger discipline, and it looks like he's going for the decloak. Disguised as a soldier. Does he
Yeah, not getting
he
caught
does
out.
get spotted. Some excellent roleplay there, looking at the sight lines and checking turning around, pretending to be a player, but
Oh, Cake's actually up on a banner here. Battalion's backup.
interesting play. I haven't seen this for a while. So I'll be interested to see how they play it, but I think the theory is that you just build the banner with spam and then take a trade in, and I think use the banner in post fight to win the post fight.
Yeah, I really think that banners are... Oh, an Uber coming in through lobby. Sorry, I'll hold on to that for later.
Yeah, an aggressive trade off of Smazza. I think they're trying to break this last hold. They're points down, even though they're not too many minutes down on the clock. They want to get out of this position because times are wasting, and they need to convert their aggression into frags here. And it seems like it's worked actually. They've managed to get picks, and Cake now left with this banner on his back. He can't be as mobile as he was before with his gunboats, and the banner is not as useful in a volatile situation. So let's see if Garden Warfare can actually get this point. Cobra eating a lot of damage from Cake there early, which has kind of stifled his ability to push. Again, eating so much damage, getting launched forwards.
Oh,
Cobra
Cake
will
getting
actually
onto Ghost here. Oh, no. Ghost surfs away. Very nice surf from Ghost there.
And Pogjuice seems to just be hemorrhaging players, but the DM from Cake, can he convert it into 3 kills? No, okay. So after that hard fought push,
Ooh, a
Garden Warfare has
Monty spy.
managed to turn it into the point. Big advantage for Garden Warfare, which is probably the motivation behind this Monty spy now.
Yeah, he actually got blinked by one of the scouts, so it'd be interesting to know whether it was, there's a spy or I'm pinging out. Give me a second, guys.
Yeah. Oh, the disguise? Does he... He's been discovered and he can't end up pistoling that. Actually, Ghost extremely low. Does he drop to the spam? No, oh my goodness. He went down to
That
like
was
16
very
health.
close, yeah.
Yeah. One more
That was a
pistol and he would
little
have
bit
died.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but now it's a considerable disadvantage for Pogjuice. So I'd like to be seeing Lizard Wizard getting a buff. Actually, sorry, we see Cake here. In position to jump choke is Garden Warfare push out.
A Smazza spy. This team are just
Oh
trading
my
spy
god,
for spy
so
for
many
spy.
spies. We got some spy mains over here. Ubers are evening out, turning into a more traditional hold, but I think Smazza did just get...
Oh,
yeah, he accidentally walked past a spam rocket and got discovered.
that's a bit unfortunate. A little bit of an unconventional hold with Frydog actually holding in Big Door with just Cake and Ravu left alone in choke. This could be quite dangerous if TG isn't playing a lot closer to Ravu for sacks through choke.
Yeah, I haven't seen this too often. I guess the theory is that you just I'm not sure, hold with both soldiers and choke, I guess, but a big trade coming out from both teams. Does Ghost go down? Ghost ends up getting picked up by Cake, but Ravu also gets picked up by Smazza, so both medics going down, and looks like Garden Warfare has just got the player advantage now in that fight. They should be able to
3
convert
kills
this into a cap.
going the way of Pogjuice here. They could potentially fight second if they really wanted to stop this.
Refight. It's just a quite hurt Cobra now, although Underx coming in to maybe support him, but they both fear the Monty Scout pushing out. So yeah, this is turning back into a cap for Pogjuice. Now they've got Uber advantage, so they should be looking to convert this into a push onto mid. I think I just saw a blue soldier actually sitting in drop down. Oh, he ends up getting pushed out by Cake anyway, but yeah, so I'll be interested in seeing how they take this push. They've got the combo actually holding Big Door, so I assume that's where they'll be looking to take it. It's quite tricky to get onto the get into the medic early with a Big Door push, so I'd be I'm not sure how I like this play, but it looks like they're going to be... Oh, are they actually? They might just be willing to turn this into an even Uber situation. Yeah.
Yeah, both meds died relatively at the same time, so it might just be a build rate with Underx getting absolutely destroyed
Yeah.
there.
Did that rocket hit from I think it was Cake there onto Underx?
I didn't see. I just saw his health bar drop
Yeah.
extremely quickly from the HUD.
Yeah, me too. It looks like Pogjuice know that their round's up, and they know that they can just wear down the clock, so they're not feeling any pressure to make something happen. They're leaving the onus on Garden Warfare to bring out the coordination with this to try and push into this unconventional demo Big Door hold.
Yeah, Garden Warfare actually rotating their heels to Big Door, trying to contest Frydog here.
Frydog completely covering this door with stickies though, dealing lots of damage as their team tries to walk through this choke. But it looks like Garden Warfare are just trying to force the point. They turn into a trade. This Uber's looking a little bit better for Pogjuice actually. Oh well, now they've flashed a little, so it's kind of evened up. But the DM coming through, Ghost going down, no heals for Garden Warfare, and yeah, it looks like actually an impressive bomb from Underx manages to pick up both the medic and demo of Pogjuice, so that might have just shored this push up.
Underx and Lizard Wizard actually doing really good bombs there. Lizard Wizard just going behind and catching them in Big Door, and then Underx just coming in for the cleanup to try and even it out.
Yeah.
But it looks like another hold for Pogjuice and another even Ubers stalemate again.
Yeah.
Which is expected. It's 2 rounds up. Why would you push? Just sit
Yeah,
there, you'll be fine.
It's 5 CP. It's incredibly easy to just stalemate out. So yeah, and you know, it's not a Herculean task to turn 11 minutes into 2 rounds, but when you're facing off against a team playing this defensively, it is tricky. And I think, is this another pause
Yeah,
coming out?
this is another pause.
So
Slight ad here on the side of Ghost, but I don't think they're aware of it.
yeah, I'm not sure what might have triggered this. This could just be a player losing connection to the server.
Yeah, quite possibly. It wouldn't be too surprising when you don't have a lot of time left if you wanted to pause on the side of Garden Warfare. And being 2 rounds up, playing it safe, you know, pausing, waiting till your player's back, and then unpausing just to make sure that they can't take a 5v6 or anything.
Yeah, it's very, very common. But yeah, I think if I'm in Garden Warfare's position here, 2 rounds down, and after several failed pushes into this second point, I'm starting to sweat under the collar a little. You know, this definitely isn't a definitive outcome for either team, but it's I think the writing is starting to show on the wall. The proficiency in the fights from Pogjuice and their ability to just hold this control point are really starting to show. Got the unpause now.
Yeah, an unpause coming in.
Yeah, resuming into this unconventional hold with their combo, holding big door. Now the heels of Garden Warfare have rotated big door, so it looks like they might be looking to take a similar trade in. Yeah, I think that might be the case. They're starting to edge in, but a big bomb from Cake disrupts everything, knocking everyone everywhere. Doesn't manage to get the force out, but does launch everyone all over the place.
Yeah, still aggressing big door here, having a pick advantage and actually using.
Here comes the
Scout gets called
Uber.
out.
From both teams. Smazza taking the Uber very aggressively here. So what he's trying to do is trying to force flashes from Pogjuice, trying to improve their Uber, so that Pogjuice's Uber doesn't last as long. No players. Oh, actually, sorry, my HUD is not quite working. But a big bomb from Cake manages to pick up Ghost. So it looks like, I think this might be a hold for Pogjuice. I'm gonna have to reload my HUD again.
Yeah, I've just reloaded my HUD. It looks to be Pogjuice taking mid here, with a heal advantage and player advantage. But with the forwards coming out from Garden Warfare, it looks like they're wanting to fight mid and actually cleaning up 2 players there. It looks like Rabu is on crits here. It'd be interesting to see what they wanted to do, holding last with crits, with Garden Warfare actually pushing in, trading players.
Yeah, holding last with crits, Krieg, is a position that is definitely not desirable, but yeah, and it ends up just turning into a straight up and down fight at last, which maybe they weren't prepared for, and they end up getting cleaned up and drop the round.
Yeah, Ubers weren't taken into account there, and just lots and lots of point play by a soldier on the side of Garden Warfare, winning that out for them.
Yeah, I think the pause earlier was because Ghost was lagging. Actually, I just read in chat. So it looks like an aggressive their side play from Garden Warfare ends up getting cleaned up quite quickly, from some nice soldier bombs. So the Ghost manages to get away with his life, so not all is not lost. They've got a little bit of disadvantage, but this hold can definitely it's definitely winnable. It's just an unfortunate position now to be back in a stalemate on last. Galleywash last is an incredibly hard last to push out of. With 8 minutes on the clock, time's ticking down. Yeah, here comes the play. They're trying to turn it into a. They're not trying to waste any time. They get Smazza up on Spy again, the 3rd time this game.
Looks like they're sending in Cake here for a sack with lots and lots of point play from Monty.
My goodness, this might just turn into a trade, actually.
Monty's still surviving and getting on Ghost, getting the force out there.
Yeah, Garden Warfare having a spy as well during this trade is definitely not ideal. Spy is traditionally not a class that you want in this fight, and actually the spy getting a flash of Uber. Oh my goodness, there's so much cap time. They need to be keeping an eye on any soldiers who might be bombing in. We've got Cake going for Cake rolling out now. Is he going to be trying to go for some sort of play? No, I think they're just going to be resuming into a normal, to a traditional hold again. Oh well, actually, I say that they've got huge Uber advantage now, so they would just be looking to Uber in. Actually, no reason to go for any strange plays.
Yep, a heavy and a pyro coming up as off-classes, trying to defend against this river push coming in. Lots of damage on the pyro here. Cake getting lots of cap time, but going down to that heavy.
They manage. The heavy actually manages to survive the Uber, which is an important factor because he's really going to put in a lot of muscle for this post fight. But just as I say that, the heavy does end up getting picked off. So this is a bit of just a DM fest. Frydog going down and Ravu managing to actually get away with his life, backing out into choke.
It looks like Instinct's coming around big door to try and, yeah, but completely denied from Cake there. Very nice play, just being aware of possible flanks and getting in the way.
Yeah, so this is a big advantage here for Garden Warfare. This is the opportunity they need to really turn this game around. They're looking for an aggressive push out into mid, hesitating a little bit actually, eating a lot of spam. They need to be taking position here. They have Uber advantage. They can't let Pogjuice get Uber during this fight. That would be disastrous. They're actually dropping players now. Cobra getting juggled and not amazing Uber coming out on a soldier. Now yeah,
Uber
this
coming out from Ravu here, just trying to clean up players, getting Instinct and Cobra there.
Yeah, and actually already on the cap on second. So that was I think their Garden Warfare might have just hesitated a little bit too much there than I think I would have liked, and they end up not managing to convert that push into a mid fight.
It looks like they're just steamrolling this to last.
An incredibly aggressive push into last. TG end up getting instantly picked off, and they call it off. Remembering, oh wait, actually we can just stalemate this.
Yeah, I don't think they were aware of how fast those spawners were coming in there, which is a bit unfortunate. Monty actually going down, leaving no scouts currently with Ravu, and he just opts to leave here, sending in soldiers for sacks. Oh,
First soldiers trying to make a play for the medic. Ghost getting very low, playing in Baby Door now in lobby, getting the pack, manages to get healthy again. So Garden Warfare only need to get one round. They've got 5 minutes. It's even Uber advantage, but they should be able to take mid relatively for free here, unless Pogjuice in position to take a trade. They get and Ghost dies with 99% Uber. That's so unfortunate. Oh my goodness! Wow, adds salt to the wound. That is that's very unlucky. So now this is going to be a considerable Uber disadvantage. Full players down. They just need to get the cap on second and prepare for a push into last. They can hard build this. This is looking like about 35% advantage for Pogjuice.
Yeah. Garden Warfare just getting up a pyro and an NG already, just full committing to try and holding this disad last push. There's only 4 minutes left on the clock, so losing another round here can be really, really, really dangerous.
Yeah, I think if it turns into a 3-1 game, this will really put Garden Warfare into a tricky position. They'll essentially have to roll the next 2 rounds, but I think we're about to see the trade come out from Pogjuice. A flash onto the soldier, onto the demo, getting some nice juggles by Instinct on Pyro, but he does end up getting picked off. Soldier going down for Pogjuice, but Cobra getting picked up by Lizard Wizard has turned the tides of this fight, and actually Ghost managing to get Uber from an Uber saw on the red soldier there. Did they manage to tough out this Uber? I think they might be trying to back out through river. Yeah. Ravu gets picked off, but
getting caught. Yeah.
That was an incredibly clutch Uber saw out from Ghost though.
Yeah, just showing that the Solemn Vow hasn't completely taken over the meta just yet. The Ubersaur can really come in clutch, saving them from actually losing that round there.
Yeah. So looks like yeah, Garden Warfare push out, take second. Their medic did end up dying actually after Ravu 4 there, so they're at a slight Uber disadvantage, but it should be able to even out. This is still a tricky position for Garden Warfare to be in. Pushing into mid with even Ubers is never a position you want to be in. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, exactly right. Uber's just being built up. There's a little bit of ad for Rabu here, but his team isn't wanting to push. Oh, Garden Warfare actually just walking straight through point and killing Cake and Frydog. Straight through Choke rather. But it does look like the flank is just absolutely cleaning up. TG, Monty, and Lizard Wizard just absolutely fragging out there, giving Ravu what looks to be full advantage. And Lizard Wizard already on last, just having a look at what's what and getting a lot of cap time. Oh, that could be
Yeah.
a bit dangerous.
I think that might have been a little bit of a desperation play coming out from Garden Warfare. As the time is ticking down, they don't have the rounds they need, and they take a difficult
Chariots,
fight
yeah,
through
Uber.
choke, yeah, and it doesn't end up turning into a point. And they actually, because of that, they
Losing a
kind of,
point.
yeah, they hinge the round on really that fight. When they drop all their players, it's a very hard last to hold.
Yeah,
But
that's very unfortunate. Just that dry fight really left them in a just a horrible situation. Only a minute and 40 left, so I'm pretty sure at this point this is just garbage time.
yeah, this is just everyone just messing around. I think the map might be made here. I'm not sure if it's possible to win 2 rounds in a minute 30.
Oh,
But
definitely not after losing the mid fight. Yeah.
yeah, there we go. Ghost putting in GG into chat. Cobra as
Um,
well.
yeah. I'd be interested to know if Rabu's team want to try and win another round. Boost their score up a little bit. They are second place right now, so they might really want to be trying to get those points to contest first place going into finals.
Yeah, of course. Rounds 1 during the season is actually a tiebreaker. When teams are tied for league points, so that would be why they're trying to get as many points as possible in this game. So it's not the end of the world if they don't make this push, but they have got advantage. They're actually pushing in before they even have Uber, so you can see they're not super concerned with how this push goes. But the sentry does go down. The heavy's taking some decent damage, so yeah, this actually will.
Yeah, another round.
This will
That's
turn into a
really
round.
good for Pogjuice, just trying to get their score up there.
Yeah.
30 seconds left. This is full garbage time. No more rounds can be won.
This mid this is where you watch the roamers on mid when they just go full, just like jumping everywhere, tunneling just some random player. And
Yep.
actually, Lizard Wizard, I think, running the rocket jumper. So there you go.
Yeah. That was a really good game to watch. I felt like it was pretty even. The end score was 4-1, but I feel like it was just really close. The last 2 rounds are a little bit of Garden Warfare going, oh no, we need to push. We're going to lose. We need to
Yeah.
push, and
They
just rolling from that.
Yeah, they kind of hinged their I kind of they went for the right play, hinging the map on that one desperate push out through choke, and when it didn't happen, it was the map was kind of made at that point, but they really needed to try and make something happen. Unfortunately, it didn't fall through, but that was the right idea, I think. It looks like
Yeah.
we've got the logs here now as well on stream, I think.
Yep. Top damaging, we have Frydog getting 322 damage, followed up by Cobra getting 297, so effectively 300. So both demos putting in a lot of work there. But I just really wanted to point out, Frydog got 29 kills, the second most in the server. Frydog was absolutely popping off that game.
Yeah, this is I think one of Frydog's favorite maps. This is where he can really take the beam. He can lock down choke. I think he was probably, like, if I know that team well enough, he was probably instrumental in the formulation of that strange second that hold on second that we saw with the demo holding a big door. And you can see in the logs he's really performing with lots and lots of kills.
Yeah, exactly right. It's really interesting to kind of look at the Uber situation here. Ravu getting 15 Ubers and Ghost only getting 12. That seems fairly close for a 4-1 game, at least to me.
Yeah, I agree. The Ubers, I think, were I think the Ubers were just indicative of how well the Pogjuice soldiers were chasing up on Ghost there after each fight. You know, looking to see if he was out of position and managing to pick up that frag often. But it's also worth pointing out that again, this game, both medics having similar deaths, 10 for Ravu 4 and 11 for Ghost. So there wasn't really any significant disparity in the general kind of Uber advantage for either team. I think it just goes to show that that Pogjuice were taking their fights very well.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think one thing that needs to be pointed out is the amount of mid fights that Pogjuice won. They lost one mid fight
Yeah.
out of 6 were played.
Yeah, their mids were really outstanding, and actually as well, if you look at the length of the rounds, the first 2 rounds were both 1 minute and 27 seconds, which is exceptionally short for a round of Team Fortress 2, and actually that's not even the shortest the rounds went. The last round there was 1 minute 16 seconds, so a really dominant showing from Pogjuice in those rounds. And actually, the round that Garden Warfare won was a whopping almost 20 minutes long. So I guess it shows their different playstyles. Maybe Garden Warfare was a bit better at that slowed down, more methodical approach, whereas Pogjuice excels in a more chaotic, aggressive environment.
It looks like we're getting a few players in for interviews right now. We have Fidog, we've got Cake and TG.
What up?
Yep, Ghost as well. Sorry, I missed that one. So how do you guys feel that Gully Wash went?
Slowly.
Yeah, we were just talking actually about how some of the rounds were extremely slow, while others were just very rapid rolls.
Yeah, sometimes we just get a bit excited and we start playing way too fast and making mistakes, so we just have to like calm ourselves down, slow it down, try and play a bit more methodical.
Yeah, I think your first and your last round were under 2 minutes. So it looks like some of the rounds you played, you guys got really, really aggressive and just rolled it all the way to last.
Yeah, sometimes we just get in a roll and just keep going. That last one was kind of a free one though. They didn't really fight it that hard, so
Yeah, I think we noticed, we mentioned in the cast how they were kind of hedging the map on that last almost desperation push through choke, trying to make something happen, and unfortunately they ended up not converting into the round that they wanted, and it was maybe a bit over by that point. But we saw some really great coordination coming out from both teams. But I think Pogjuice, your double soldier bombs and scout aggression were really pulling some fights out of maybe even a losing position, taking some aggressive trades as well. Do you have anything to speak to on that?
Cake, tell them what you want.
Well, mostly when we go for these kind of like bombs, mostly it's me just trying to make space for Lizard, because Lizard's like absolutely dangerous. He gets the best logs on our team, and if I'm taking damage and he's not, that means he can do absolutely massive destruction. And yeah, we just work in sync. He sees me get shot at, he jumps in, he kills everything. So,
Yeah, that's exactly what you want out of a soldier combo, I think.
Cake's bombs on product onto their combo, and then he would coordinate and call it with me and Monty, and we would both just surge forward, and that was working extremely well.
Yeah, I noticed that actually as well. The double bomb, drawing eyes, and the scouts just coming forward and destroying everything in that path was excellent. So also Ghost, the only player I think from Garden Warfare coming in. What did you think of the game?
It was close, not gonna lie. I mean, unfortunate that we lost. Not much we can do. Playoffs, I think we're still interested. Like, I'm not too concerned. Like practice coming in was fucking awful. Like, honestly, excuse the language, but it was pretty shit. Like, we had one scrim, Raina's PC died or some shit. I don't know what happened. I haven't played TF2 in yonks. I've been just playing Raft, to be honest. Warm up.
It's a good game.
Yeah. I mean, it was close. I mean, I tried the product and Gully. The second round pause on Gully was actually called strategically. I actually called it to calm the team down because we were rushing things too much. It wasn't smooth. We tried just like chilling, focus on our game. Let's not get carried away from last official. And yeah, obviously it didn't really happen. I mean, quite happy that we got one round, made it close at least.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean that round that you paused actually ended up being your win. So maybe that was the winning strategy for you to
Yeah,
really slow
I
it
don't
down and
know,
take your
like,
time.
I like calling pauses. It's different from when I'm playing compared to Raina. Raina's the core medic. I think that the team also said this before. I talk a lot more when playing compared to Raina. Communication was really. It was alright. Occasionally get really chaotic. It wasn't too bad, in all honesty.
Okay,
yeah,
so
Pause
yeah,
definitely helps.
so yeah, knowing when to slow it down.
Yeah.
It can be tricky to play against such an aggressive coordinated team like Pogjuice, but I think Garden Warfare really gave a good showing despite losing the official.
I mean, like obviously our practice wasn't good. I mean, I think before I said on Gully, like probably coming into, I knew this was gonna be. They're gonna fucking be aggressive. They're gonna be on our face. I just said, guys, like if we're rolling out, if I die, then I die unlucky. Just go kill. Literally, that's what I said. So, but obviously that didn't happen. But not much you can do. So.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of a moment on product that clutch last round I think, which that Pogjuice was pushing back into the point with Uber actually getting dropped by instinct and it turning into a very, very close like 1v1 between Snazzer and Frydog.
It's close. I was telling them to like calm. I was telling just them to call your focus and just them to chill and like focus the target because the fucking your soldier is like 10 HP, just like one shot. I know I shot about demo or something. Yeah. I like another thing as well. I don't use Solemn Veil. I still prefer Ubersaw, and definitely it came in on Gully Wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming in
Ravel
clutch
loves
in
Solemn
that
Veil.
last hold. Actually, that was amazing to watch.
Ubersaws. Yeah.
That's a bit of
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
That's a bit of a imagine not Ubersaw moment and everyone using Solemn Veil. Lol.
Yeah.
It's good. Ravu
I don't know.
actually has started calling tons with a Solemn Veil
Yeah.
now. Like he calls health all the time now.
Yeah.
I still prefer the Ubersaw. I find it easier calling with it than the Solemn Veil. I find it dishonorable. Not gonna lie.
A little bit of disrespect being thrown.
That's coming as being serious. That's not a meme.
Fair enough. Frydog, do you have anything to say about your role on product? Obviously a very demo man heavy map. Did you find you were maybe taking a bit of a back seat in the calls, letting your soldier coordination take charge, or were you still having a very dominant voice in your team, taking a lot of the trades?
I think I always call how much damage I do, but compared to Gully Wash, I kind of let my scouts do a lot more of the work than usual on product.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Frydog.
Jazz.
I never shut up, so.
Production is having a bit of a moment, but I think a very good mentality to have on product. Obviously, an extremely scout heavy map, and I think it paid off. TG and Monty doing so much work in those fights.
A lot of the post fight, like the post Uber fights, me and Monty would just clean up.
Yeah.
Well, our scouts didn't. I think our scouts did alright on product. I can't remember the logs. I think Gully Wash went alright. So like kills wise, like I know Azar and Ano are pretty good scouts when it comes to DM. So like even with or without heals, I trusted them. Do their stuff, go and kill, beam or not. Oh.
Yeah.
They were getting jumped on by Cake though, so they couldn't really fight us.
Not much we can do. Like I don't know. Wasn't partially just no practice.
Yeah. So I'd say is there any other questions that you might have for the players default?
No, I just wanted to highlight how close these games were, and how well both teams played. the logs may look a little bit uneven, but just watching the match, all of it looked super close, and it was really, really enjoyable to cast.
Yeah, this was a great game to cast. Even though the logs, like you said, were a little bit uneven. I think watching the game, it tells a different story. Even though product went every round to Pogjuice, each one of them was hard fought down to the wire, especially at the end there. So it was a real nail biter. Great TF2 to watch, and I think we might just transition into shoutouts now. So if we're just going down the list, Frydog, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, shout out our boy Pogdog.
Pogdog.
Covenant Clutch as a sub. Shouting out Jerry from Wagga, my boy. And shout out my stream. Check it out, boys. Twitch.tv/Frydog with a 0.
Chill.
Fair enough. Ghost, do you have any shoutouts?
Shout out to my team. Shout out for you guys casting. And yeah, I missed a League of Legends quarterfinals, so shit.
Worth it though, worth it, surely. Alright. Cake, how about you? Any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to Lizard. Like, he's really talking himself down. He's actually playing really well. I don't know why he's like thinking that he's not doing as well as he is, but he
Humble
is.
boy.
Yeah. And anyway, shoutouts to Ajax Loginator. Shoutouts to Benny and Meth as well.
Awesome, and last on the list, TG. My boy, do you have any shoutouts?
Shout out to Ants. I don't actually hate you, just like giving you shit.
Enough.
Shout out to the boys, Jebby, Nick, Yakumo Yukari. Shout out to my team for putting up with my shit, even though my main calling's Garbo. Shout out to you guys for casting. I actually played good in that cast because my last game that was casted, I played so bad. So I'm glad I got to play a bit better this time.
Fair
It
enough.
was a really, really good game to watch. So yeah, you did really well.
I've got some shoutouts just to the boys, Hipster, 420, Voltage, Space Bear, Jebby, Chief, Adam. Yeah, that's it. Default, how about you?
I was casted yesterday, and I forgot to give a massive shout out to Caspian and Rogue. We had huge player issues, and they basically just sat in Discord for our entire game, just ready to jump in if one of our players DC'd. So massive shout out to them, and also a shout out to my team.
All right. So I think that's the end of our shout outs here, but thank you so much everyone for coming out to play this awesome game. Thanks to all the viewers for watching this